What's up, guys? It's Travis here, and today I want to talk about selling cuttings and selling natural things on Etsy. Um, First of all, we'll talk about houseplants, and we'll talk about flowering trees, fruiting trees, anything that you could basically take a pair of cutters and snip the branch, put it in some water, or put it in some sand, and make a rooted cutting just from just from a little cutting, propagating it. And I know there's a lot of people that actually sells a lot of propagated cuttings on Etsy. I'm one of them. I've been selling on Etsy for about 5 years, and the propagated cuttings has been a good one for me. I actually don't even root them. Most of the cuttings I sell is unrooted. um, I got some apple trees in my backyard. I got some pear trees in my backyard. These are all trees that I've bought that I know what type of tree they are. Like, for instance, I sell Honeycrisp apple trees. I sell Moonglow pear tree cuttings. I sell Arkansas Black. So this is something that's been propagated down the road. They know what type of tree it is. It's the same with houseplants. If you know your houseplants, you could take, the cuttings off of, a spider plant, or you could take the cuttings off of, some Johnson grass. I don't know. I don't really know too much about houseplants, but I do know about selling on Etsy. I've made thousands of sales. Oops, sorry. I don't know what happened there. I've made thousands of sales on Etsy, and everything I sell is natural. You know, trees, plants, roots, cuttings, you name it. I sell it on Etsy, and I got a lot of people that's, you know, looking to buy stuff from me. It's easy to sell plants if you get it in front of people. People want plants because they're plants. They're good looking. They provide fruit. They provide flowers. They provide enjoyment of having that in your house. So I wouldn't stop just at or at just the plant propagation. If I was going to sell on Etsy, if I was trying to make money selling on Etsy, which I do, I would sell more than just cuttings, or I would get my list of cuttings so large that I'm always taking cuttings and clippings and selling them. But I don't like selling a bunch of cuttings because I want it to be convenient. I just want to go in my backyard. When somebody orders 10 or 15 cuttings, I could just go back there and snip them. I could ship them out to them. If I wanted to do a lot of tree cuttings, I would first identify all the trees that I know what they are. All the plants, all the rose bushes. If you could figure out the names of all the plants that you have around, then the possibilities are endless. You could actually be making thousands of dollars per day, most likely selling them on Etsy. I know my biggest day, I think I sold $4,000 in one day. And I did this for several days straight, but that was me getting 200 orders at a time, which I like. I enjoy it. I want to get back to that spot where I'm selling that many plants, that many seeds, that many vegetables, whatever it is. You could sell it on Etsy. Etsy's pretty lenient on what you can sell. I know there's some roots that you can't sell on Etsy. There's probably some plants that you can't sell, but I'm not for sure. I know I was selling yellow root, and I basically got shut down because I was selling yellow root. For some reason, they don't want that on their site. Also was selling worms, and they shut me down on that. So I don't know why you can't sell worms on there. But anyways, yeah, you could sell seeds, you could sell nuts, you could sell cuttings, you could sell basically whatever you could find in your backyard. If you like going for hikes, if you like going down to the riverbank, if you like going, to the park. I'm not sure what the park would say if you started taking their cuttings. But, obviously look at the laws. I mean, you go down to the river, sometimes you can't pick up just anything. Like driftwood, I know people tried to take driftwood from the Ohio River, and the DNR didn't like it. So just watch what you do take. Just make sure it's something that, people's wanting, for one, and then it's something that you could take. Because I know a lot of people will buy rocks, actually, online. You can sell geodes online. And that's the thing. You could sell flint. You could sell, probably the rocks that you got in your area is probably not the same rocks I got in my area. So, obviously, there's people looking for that online. If it grows like mushrooms, people's looking for mushrooms. People sells mistletoe, and it grows in the tops of trees around here. So, basically, I got off track a little bit. We're talking about houseplants and cuttings, and actually what you can make per cutting. I know a lot of people selling their cuttings for $2 a piece. There's people that's getting fig tree cuttings, people that's getting grape cuttings, apple tree cuttings. And I know a lot of times I sell 6 of them for $16 on my Etsy. So I actually post a picture up here so you can see them, see what my listing looks like. When I post them on there, I post all the tags that, when people searching for propagating cutting, I put apple tree propagation, I'll do Honeycrisp, apple tree propagating, and I'll put that in my description. I'll try and put that in my headline. Whatever it is, just be clear what you're offering to people. I don't know what exactly you're offering, but try and give them the dimensions, how big it's going to be, what to expect. Also, when you ship your cuttings to people, I would suggest getting them moist and putting them in a Ziploc bag that kind of holds the moisture in there. Because the last thing you want to do is send them a dried out cutting, which will be a lot harder for them to root. So you want it to be something that's easy for them to root. And, you could wrap it in newspaper, which is what I normally do, or a wet cloth or something, just to kind of keep the moisture in there and keep it a little bit damp. But yeah, if you got any questions, hit me up. I'd like it if you liked and subscribed to my page, because I talk about plants. I talk about the business. I make money online just selling, natural products. So, once again, my name's Travis. I hope you follow me. You have a nice day. Peace.